Hey guys, okay, got me a demon this week, and I'll explain how I got it. Okay, so my neighbor was pissing me off all the time with AC. I'm trying to do spiritual stuff on him to get him to turn it off or die or whatever. Get him out of the apartment. I take my seeds, my inner light, and I shine it. I just put it out there for whatever happens. But when I do that, I intend to hook up to him. I don't intentionally hook up to him, but his energy starts flowing with mine. And one day last week, about 4 days ago, his energy was hitting me real good. Like I got fire, the stress and hate and garbage energy. That I blocked it pretty good. But it keeps rolling. So anyway, I woke up one morning last week and I could see his energy still hitting me. And I blocked it and pushed it off me. I blocked it and pushed it off me. You know, that type of thing. And I thought it was gone. But then later on in the day, I see coming out of my solar plexus. I didn't know if it was real or not. That's what's getting me, but I got it. I seen it. I got 32 seeds so I can see again. I can start to see again. Out of my solar plexus, I can see like a tornado going down. And then in the tornado, in the center of the tornado going down, was a gremlin monster. Like it had pointed ears. I remember pointed ears. And it was like, arr. And I'm like, fuck. I'm telling myself, that ain't real. That ain't real. That ain't real. Then for the next 2 days, I lost my appetite. Right where my stomach, the solar plexus is, I lost my appetite, and I figured that was pretty weird because I eat a lot, and yesterday I was at my mom's house. I totally forgot about the demon thing that I seen hanging out of my solar plexus in the tornado. With the ears. And I was sitting on a computer at my mom's house watching whatever. And totally forgot about it, the demon. And I was getting ready to go to the store for my mom, because go to the corner store, pick her up some food or whatever, and come back. So I get up from the computer desk and I can smell smoke. Like I dropped a cigarette in the garbage. And when that happened, my mom was getting up and she could smell it. So we were both smelling smoke, like cigarette. It's like when you burn toilet paper or burn tissues, that smoldering smoke. And immediately I thought, oh shit. So I checked the garbage, I checked the ashtrays, I checked everything, and we couldn't find it. There was nothing burning in the apartment. So I went out in the hallway at my mom's place, and nothing, no smell. And we could just really smell it, like really bad. So I'm like, oh shit. I don't know. I don't know where it's coming from. I told her, I don't know where it's coming from, but keep an eye out for it. Look for smoke, because you can smell it. We couldn't find it. So I went to the store. On my way to the store, I could smell it again. And the wind was blowing real good. Rain and wind. So I noted that. I smell it still. So I'm thinking it must be on my clothes, right? But that's the smell you don't get from clothes, of burning clothes. And it wasn't my clothes. There was nothing on me burning. So I went into the store and I could smell it in the store. The burning. But there was nothing on me. I'm not burning. So I walked my way back home. I could smell it again on the way back home, on the way back to my mom's place. And I get home and I told Mom that I could smell it as I was walking to the store, and I smelled it in the store. We can smell it in the apartment now. I got back home, we couldn't smell it. So I got to thinking, and it felt like I was being pulled down. Felt like I was being pulled down. So then I looked. I could see the energy. It was brown energy. It was brown, which is exactly the color that's coming off my neighbor. His energy is dark brown. This energy that was coming out of my solar plexus and pulling me down with the gremlin in it was pulling me down. So I go, shit, that's it. That's what it's gotta be. That fucking creature made the smoke smell and was woofing up in my face. But there was no smoke. There was no fire. There was just a smell. So I'm looking at the creature hanging out of my solar plexus. I told the regent priest, because I was staying with the regent priest spiritually. This is all spiritual. I was staying with the regent priest, so I got them to look for the demon thing. I thought it was a fucking fantasy. I thought it was fake. How many times do you see this in your life? You know, well, me more than most people. But it was pulling me down. And I got the regent priest to check it out. And I told him exactly where it was on my pulling me down in my spirit body. So they're like, holy shit. They went and they saw it. They removed it. While I was sitting, I was wide awake, sitting in my mom's computer chair, and they're pulling it out of me. And it was pretty wild. I could actually feel them doing it. Then they got rid of it, and I watched them. I watched them with their hands. They took it like this. They wrapped it up, put it in like a bag, and the monster, the creature, gremlin fucking thing was in the bag, and they took it away. That's the last I ever seen of it. And I stopped being pulled down. The cigarette smoke went away. Not the cigarette smoke, the smoke smell. And it went away. Everything went away. Later that night, to make a long story short, the regent priest were working on my neighbor. They're trying to save him. I'm like, I want him dead. They're like, no, we don't do that. Well, you're not helping me by fucking. It's a long story. But anyway, they're helping my neighbor out that night. So I went to bed that night. They took my neighbor. He lives in, I don't know what the fuck. He don't live anywhere, from what I understand. Like spiritual towns or cities or whatever. He lives somewhere, but it ain't St. Illusion. It ain't in the illusion. He's quasi wherever. And they took him. They're working on him. He's got liver. What's that? When you drink a lot, you get your liver fucks up and you get liver disease. He's got liver disease. He's got cancer and stuff. So they're working on him. They also are working on me. They wanted to check me out to make sure they got everything from the demon that was on me. And I fell asleep. I didn't see it, but I woke up. I feel like $100. But the demon's gone. I feel great. I got my appetite back. And the energy was going up into my solar plexus and it was coming in me like a loogie, and it was wrapping around my spine. Just 3 days. So watch out. If you're having sex with somebody, you may want to get Christ to take care of it. Just to let you know, you can pick these things up from people spiritually. That's how I got mine. And I wasn't having sex with the fucking neighbor, but I was hooking up to him spiritually. Quasi. I wasn't really hooking up to him, but I got his garbage. The demon jumped over to me, went in my solar plexus, and started going up my spine. And it was hanging down on me like a bag, and it was brown. And it looked looking into a funnel, and it lived in this bag, a tornado. Looked down from the top into a tornado. Imagine a creature crawling out. That's what it looked like. That's my neighbor. My neighbor. I never met the guy. I never met him. I seen him in the hallway, said hi. But he's the one abusing me with air conditioner, which sounds like a jet, or a biplane. Sounds like a biplane. And it's huge. And it's driving me nuts. I can't sleep at night. The only reason I'm making this video is he has it turned off right now. It's morning. So I made a video. But that's what happened to me. I have no physical problems from it. Thank God. Just lost appetite. So I was just spiritually hooking up to him to influence him. Turn the air conditioner off, I would influence him that way, and he would do it. Because he didn't know. In his ego, he doesn't know what the hell's going on. He's just living his life. But some point, The demon jumped from him to me. I don't know what the region priest found on him, working on his liver. I don't know what they were doing to him. They did a whole bunch of shit to him last night, and I don't know what they did to him. But they got my demon out. Oh, it was my demon. I didn't accept it. I didn't even. I seen it 2 days earlier, but I thought it was just fucking fantasy. But nope, it was real, a real fucking demon. And the whole thing that brought its attention to me and brought it to the region priest was the fact that I smelled the smoke at my mom's place. My mom smelled the smoke. She was looking for it. She said, "Do you smell it?" I smelled it, and it smelled like burning garbage. There's your demon story, man. I just thought I'd get this out real fast. I got 2 more videos to make. I don't know if I'll make them or not. About my shit I seen with my neighbor. But I want the neighbor to turn it. I want to take my neighbor to move out of the building, die off, or whatever. Get rid of him. The region priests and Jesus Christ are trying to heal him. I'm like, that ain't helped me out. Maybe in the long run, but as of right now, I'm fucking going insane and I can't sleep. Also, they took his innocence. His innocence, my neighbor's innocence, sounds like a small kid. You don't hurt the innocence. That's why I'm not pounding on him and shooting him. He's innocence. You can't do anything against the innocence. So Christ took his innocence out. He's playing with my kids. This fucking pig of a man. Fucking pig. Pig. I can tell you the stories, but I ain't watched my past videos. Took his innocence out, and his innocence is playing with my kids, with Jesus Christ. I'm like, which is normal, I think, normal, but I can't assault them. I can't abuse them. So I gotta let God do it. Let God take care of it. And that's where I use my C's and I quasi hook up to them and let God take care of it. But I got the region priests are working on him now for 2 weeks, trying to heal him up. Not that they're gonna heal him up, but make him as best as best as they can. He is supposed to be moving out sometime this summer. Fuck, that ain't gonna help me out. And I might be moving. I put an application in for an apartment building, a better one, a nice one. It's in my mom's building, so I get to watch her die. But I'll have a nice apartment in a nice building. Be a lot better than this shithole. I gotta get out of here. I'm going insane. Anyway, that's my demon story, and I'm sticking to it. Just a little ordeal, but it gives you how you get demons, attachments, by hooking up to other people. So my neighbor had this fucking thing hanging off his solar plexus somehow, some way. I got it. I never met the guy physically. And I imagine all the people out there with demons, literally entities being exchanged from person to person. I'm like, wow. So if you're having sex with another person or hanging out with another person, it's good to know. Happened to me. Fucking crazy, man. Spirituality is a lot of fun. Later, guys.